So I'm about to start the live stream now. I'm about to start it. Sometimes we can do an audio check just to make sure that the audio is coming through. Now, sometimes it's delayed, to be fair. Sometimes it's delayed. But I have a feeling that it's actually so let me do a double check to make sure that everything is fine. But I have a feeling that it's actually yep, yeah, did my double check. All right, so here's to making abundant tangible habits. Because again, since we all know pi, let's make this art. So yes, no, so you notice, yeah. Yeah, we're going through the list, right? Going through the list. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the place where we address the, you know, all the struggles that the teachers face. Well, especially the us Jamaican teachers, all the teachers who live or have family in the affected areas. Prayers cannot be enough. There's not enough prayer, there's not enough supplies. None of it will ever be enough to replace what was lost. Yeah. And you know, as discussed over yonder, I had prepared a lot of topics in relation to what happened regarding Hurricane Melissa in the form of teaching the PEP subject. So, yeah. But over here, I like to discuss ideas to, get teachers to think of alternatives. Because if you don't have alternatives, you're going to be depending on a salary that just not going to do nothing for you. And that's just the reality of it. The salary that it, there was a question that was posed to me. And I found the question funny. Somebody said, so wait, you don't drive? That was the question. And I thought to myself, you know what my take home is, right? You know what my salary is. Yeah, my salary does not afford me such niceties. Imagine 4 tires on the vehicle being more expensive than the salary you make. And they will wonder why people they are road and are struggle and are suffer. It's because you live above your means. I mean, if all I have is $1,000 and I go somewhere and I buy a snack for $900, that is being penny wise and pound foolish. If I made $250,000 on one of my paychecks, and then I went and said, okay, let me buy a car for $250,000 or even 245. So you're not paying none of your bills. None of your bills are paid, but you buy one $245,000. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So find alternatives. Yeah? Find them. Find another way. Because content creators, they sell merch. Yeah, content creators sell merch. So what are you going to do? You have to have something. What can you sell? What service can you provide? I know what service I provide. Oh, I know the services I provide. And you can find them right over here. So you want to learn how to be a teacher that not depending on your salary, this is where you go. Yeah, go over here and I'll show you how to do all of that. Right? Create your own Google form so that people can register for your classes. Learn how to utilize pictures that you've taken of textbooks and share to screen, have those videos recorded to create an actual series on the basis of things that you're going to use to complete your curriculum. You can go right here to learn all of that. Yeah. And learn how to monetize. Not just keeping your classes online, but how to monetize outside of keeping your classes online. How to be active on your social media. Now, mind you, it's one thing to be able to create the content, it's another thing to be able to manage that content. So you're going to want somebody to handle that for you. Yeah. So that's why I'm here. So I'm encouraging the teachers to be content creators. And over here is where I welcome the teachers who are content creators. So if you want me to teach you how to be a teacher that's a content creator, you can meet me over here for that. And then when we're done doing all of that, we can create a team of teachers that have gone through that training and we build a team of it. We make a team of that concept right here. So you see, one hand wash the other. Right? Because it's not enough to talk about the problem. I also like to solve them. Right? So the parents still learn. The students still learn. The teachers still learn. And with that in mind, all of we still learn. With all of that in mind, all of we still learn. So because there are a lot of teachers who them waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting on salary. That don't make no sense. Yeah, wait for salary. Nah, what you want to do is build something for yourself that makes you so much money that when your salary comes, you don't notice. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to do that in such a way where you don't even notice. So, pardon me as I off screen partially solve my broken Rubik's Cube, right? Yeah. So I like compartmentalizing, hence all of this, right? Hence all of that. Right? Notice this points to the student, right? So all the needs of the student, address that first person user. All the needs of the teacher, addressed by yours truly over here. And of course, to create a team of the teachers, right? A team of the teachers who will build a community that will help our students in their respective subjects. That team of teachers that are content creators, yeah, we did that over here. And I mean, it's not a problem. I don't lose sleep over it. I'm not stressed out over it. I have no problem. Like if there's a teacher that say, oh, I want to learn how to you know, whatever. I want to learn how to set up my TikTok page and how to do all of these things to distribute my content on TikTok. I'll teach you how to do that. I want to learn how to combine my Facebook with my Instagram so that when I make posts on Facebook, it goes over to my Instagram so that I don't have to be posting twice for the day. So instead of me posting once over here and once over there, I can post on one and post to the other. Yeah, we can do all of that. We can do all of that we still learn. All of that. This is where I will teach us how to be content creators. Yeah. Oh, you want to monetize? That's why we still learn. See? Yeah, that's why we still learn. You want to learn how to monetize outside of the norm. Learn how to do that. Notice how I'm killing two birds with one stone. Since we all know perspective is everything, let's make this a real conversation. Since we all know pie, let's make this art. Yeah. I don't even write it on the board. It even writes on the board. I could have, but I chose not to. Right? And just so you know, this guy is responsible for this page. This is the singular, this is the plural. I want to build a team of teachers who understand that it has to be die when you die. Discipline is everything when you do it every time. When you're doing the content creation game, it can't be a one-day thing. It can't be a one-week thing. It has to be an everyday thing for the whole year. Do it and be smart about it. I will help you to be smart about it. Let's say you work somewhere Monday to Friday, record on Saturday and Sunday. One day you can go live, the 2 days you can record, and then after you record, you distribute the content Monday to Friday so that you're not recording for the whole year. Just record on Saturdays and Sundays alone. So do the maths. Saturday and Sunday times 4 is what? It's 8. All right? Now multiply 8 by 12. What? 96. So you only need to record for 96 days out of the year. If so much. And the beauty about doing that is that what that does is it gives you enough content to use for your Monday to Friday. And you just keep distributing. Because when it comes to the content creation game as an educator or otherwise, it's all about rewarding consistency. And not just consistency, but also the fact that you have demonstrated that you're not paying attention to your mood. Your mood is irrelevant to the work that you're going to do. You're going to do the work regardless of how you're. So it's not easy. Especially if you're already in your 9 to 5 space. Because come on. I was there. I'm seeing an anomaly on my Rubik's Cube right now, so let me apologize. Just kill two birds with one stone right now. Nah, I'm not doing that. I am not doing that. That is madness. Anyway, so yeah, so the point that I'm making is as a teacher, we have to learn that we still learn. That's what we have to learn. All right? We have to learn that we still learn. And by the way, if you want to record and not be disturbed, using Zoom is perfect for that. Why? Because just in case there's noises outside, can kind of block them out. So even when you hear madness going on outside and all of that, then you don't have a problem because you can continue your presentation without much interruption. No, really? Thank you. Yeah, I just did a minor adjustment off screen. So I just wanted to, what did I just do? What did I solve? All right, whatever. Never mind. Yeah, so I'm playing around with this here device. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah. Um, so a lot of times, right? And don't get me wrong, teachers have a right to complain, yes. They do. Teachers do have a right to complain. But why? Well, the short answer is that I've seen the post on LinkedIn and it said, teachers do not leave the profession because they don't love the job anymore or they don't love the kids or whatever. Teachers leave the job because they're paid like they're disposable. Let me say it again. Teachers are paid like they are disposable. They're treated and paid like they're disposable. So how do you protect yourself? You can make the connection with me and I'm not somebody that just talk. I'm here to do it. I'm all about the execution, trust me. Because if it means that I have to do something silly, like, you know, just occasionally being absent when necessary, I will make use of whatever free time I have available to me because time is a currency you can never get back. Don't feel like the one you can lose money. Don't lose time. Do not lose time. Time is not something you can get back. Can't get back any time. Time is valuable. And you see the funny thing, inexpensive and invaluable, where it's supposed to mean without, but then it means an extensive amount of value and an extensive amount of expense is what I meant to say. But yeah, let's see. That's a red, that's a green, that's an orange, that's a blue. There we go. So stick to the plan, not the mood. That's what some people say. But I remix it. I say it has to be die when you die, because discipline is everything, but you do it every time. You have to know how to say, yeah, it's not even about being unbothered. Being unbothered is not even the mindset. It's not about being unbothered. You need to be bothered because if you're not frustrated, you won't make changes. You have to be frustrated into making change. Perfect example, when you play a game of chess, a lot of times somebody will use Scandinavian defense against you. And you will do your E2 to E4, somebody will do D7 to D5, and you go, why did you have to provoke my pawn? Leave my pawn alone. And then you just go, E4, E5, just to circumvent it's like, nah, I'm tired. Like, leave my pawn alone. I don't want to exchange and then have your queen out there and then now I have to watch out for what your queen is about to do. I'm not interested in that exchange. I need you to leave me alone. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that too. So I've been playing a lot with the Rubik's Cube, yeah, but I've also been teaching a lot of beginners to intermediates how to play chess. But this is the problem. You see, discipline. You have some children that it's almost like they don't understand why. If you don't want to be here, leave. You know, just leave. Because I've had that problem when I go live. When I go live on TikTok a lot of times, somebody will jump in and say, who y'all talk to? And I'll say, this is a lecture series. This is a lecture room. This is a university lecturer. And you come in and you're saying, who am I talking to? There's a door. Yeah, man, leave. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. Now, mind you, maybe that's a possibility for this page. But we're still a learn, yeah. Why not? Why not? Yeah, could do that. Teach your kids how to play it. If it even means we do it online, if it even means that, why not? I will teach you how to solve this. Why not? We'll explore it together, you know. So that's why it's a community, because the community is not just for the teacher, the community is for the students as well. Because if you don't have good teachers and passionate teachers that care about the development of the students, then it don't make any sense. I mean, what's a king without his minor pieces? Well, that's a stalemate if there ever was. So therefore, don't try and be a principal and then, you know, not value the because there are games that I've seen where a player will have the piece hanging and I'll go, you sure you want to leave your knight out there like that? All right, capture the piece. Yeah, you don't leave anything out hanging for free. So these pages right here, yeah, yeah, I have ideas. So for example, are you a teacher that hates writing lesson plans? Would you like somebody to write your lesson plans for you and you pay them a fee? Then why not? I'll write your lesson plans for you. And then you can make any adjustment you want based on your own teaching style. And I can even give you suggestions too. Suggestions as to how you can make your classroom experience a little bit more fun. Utilizing the same AI that probably helped me. The same AI that I helped myself with. Yeah. I apologize if I'm distracted. I'm sorry. This is what's happening. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, yeah, this is me having bad manners. It's the equivalent of somebody being on their phone talking to you and all of that. Or, staring at the screen, looking at TikTok. This is my TikTok. You know. Speaking of TikTok, a lot of Cubas are on TikTok. And boy, some of the things that I see them doing, they're solving this, they're solving. Some of them are solving 16 by 16s. And I think they're doing it within the space of 2 hours. That is crazy impressive. Some people are taking 2 hours to do this. This? Nah, within 30 seconds they're done with this. Within 30. And that's if they're moving slow. Sorry. What just happened? Oh, sorry. Give me a second there. Give me 1 second there. I have to turn off my alarms. I have to turn off my alarms. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? I remember being asked a question, why would you resign from whatever school and whatever. And long story short, you need new experiences, you need new challenges, you need new not even about new children, but it's about, you know, because guess what? It's at the end of the day, no matter how terrible the situation, there's no scenario where you don't benefit in some respect. Because the things that I learned about PEP, the things that I learned about the curriculum, the things that I learned about grades 4, 5, and 6 subjects and all of these things. I mean, even grades 1, 2, and 3, where their focus is on integrated studies, maths, and language arts. That's a lot less taxing by comparison, but 4, 5, and 6, yeah, you have technically 5 subjects to worry about. Yeah. Yeah, let me apologize for that interruption. I have a wardrobe issue here. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, really? Yeah. Oh, by the way, let me just get this out of the way. This here, right here. This is what we're doing right now. I'm recording at the moment. I'm also doing a live stream at the same time. I can teach you how to do this all the way over here. So anything that teachers want to learn from me, they can go to We Still a Learn, because even the teacher then prove that all of we still a learn, right? So if you're a teacher that you want to know, how can I use my tablet to teach my classes? How can I use my laptop to teach my classes? How can I record my classes in advance or record assignments that my students are going to get so that I can leave it for them to do? All of those things, I can show you at We Still a Learn. And when you write all of this in a sentence together in one word, you type that, it is on WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah? It's what I call WIFIT. W for WhatsApp, Y for the YouTube, F for Facebook, I for Instagram, T for TikTok. It's on all of them. Every page that you see in my likeness, any page that I am in charge of, yeah, all is on WiFit. Okay? That's the HCF. WiFit means WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. That's what I call WiFit. So anything that you need to learn as a teacher, you can learn right here from me. I have no problem training my teachers how to do things. And if you feel so inclined to do it on your own without me, that's the point. That is the point. We don't teach people things expecting that they're going to be our understudy forever. Not even in the dreaded rule of two for the Star Wars fans, right? You're not going to be somebody's Padawan forever. Okay? All right. So now let me apologize for this interruption one more time. Because now I have to get up and ask my dog what he wants. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out because he literally just got up. And now I'm trying to figure out where he wants to go. So where are you going? Right, give me a second here. Okay, yeah. So I believe we're back. I think so. Oh, that might, okay, hold on. I think I might have discovered a problem that I'm having here. Um, I'm gonna wipe my fan. Let me wipe my fan and see if that can solve some of my problems here. Wipe my fan down. Because maybe that might be some of my problem. Yeah. All right. So think I've solved that problem. All right. Here we go. All right. Oops. That's what I get for. See, sometimes you might wet your hand and you try to use the touchpad and then it's compromising the integrity of your movements. Yeah. All right, there we go. Oh, see? Guess what I forgot to do? I wiped the fan. And guess what yeah. No matter. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Right. So yes, I said this somewhere else. Don't let your brain become a graveyard for your ideas. Okay? Never let your brain become a graveyard for your ideas. Yeah? Never allow that to be the case. Yeah. So I think that's what happens to a lot of people. They they don't realize that you can't just have an idea. An idea is nice, but you have to work. Yeah, you have to work on it, man. You have to work on it. You have to work as hard on yourself or even harder on yourself than you do on your job. Because guess what? Nobody can pay you better than you. Nobody can pay you better than you. You will pay yourself the best that you ever could. Right? So, you know, see, I didn't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube in my life. I went on YouTube and, followed one person that taught reliably. Because some people, they're teaching and they're moving at a rate and they're so caught up in solving it that they forget to teach you how to solve it. And that's one of the problems that you have as a teacher. In fact, there is a person that I work with, a coach, a chess coach, that said one of the problems that he has with a lot of coaches is that they're not teachers. They don't have the patience. They think that, well, because they know the chess, that you should just get the answer right away. It doesn't work like that. There's no getting anything right away. You don't know something until you start doing it for yourself. I did not know this until I did it enough times where, see, I'm at step 3. I instinctively know how to get step 3 by myself without watching the video. That is how you train students. You say to them, all right, here what we're going to do. First, we're going to use the calculator. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use the calculator first. Then, you see that answer that you got? We're going to try and get that. So, write it down somewhere. Write down that number. Now, close your book. I'm giving you a paper. You're not looking at your book. So this is what we're going to do now. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through the technique that I'm going to show you. You do that. And when you're done, when you get your answer, compare it to the number you wrote down and what the display says on the face of your calculator. And see if those numbers are the same. So it's just like with me. I watched the video on how to do this. Proof that even me, a teacher, can tell you that all of we still learn. Yeah. So this is the individual. This is the collective. This is the singular. This is the plural. Yeah. So I am here to discuss the problems, and this is where I solve the problem. So what kind of services can I provide over here? Well, essentially, a recorded series on the different type subjects, right? SBA assistants, teaching teachers how to monetize or to make a salary without their salary, right? Teaching you how to do this that I'm doing right now with either your laptop or your tablet, finding ways to teach in a way that is not the conventional way of teaching at all times. If you have a little external webcam, all you do, you plug it in, connect it to your Zoom, start the Zoom meeting, and there you go. So it's cool. Because I had to learn how to do this. I didn't always know how to live stream from this to YouTube and to Facebook. I didn't always know. And by the way, there is a permission that you need in order to do streaming on Facebook. You need at least 100 followers. So if you don't have that, you can't do it. So you need 100 followers or more. That way they give you the permission to, because I used to wonder why I got a permissions error, not realizing, oh wait, I have less than 100 followers on one of my pages. Okay. Um, it's a lot. There's a lot of people feel like social media work isn't work. It's more than. So when people look at you and they think that what you're doing is not work. And that's the problem that we have in life. We look at somebody who, because they're not in an office, we feel like they're not working. Why you have to be in an office for your work? Don't you have people that get up and them do farming every day? I work that. You have people who are barber that I work. You have people who have a little wholesale, that is work. People who have a meat shop, that is work. People who have a restaurant or a cook shop or whatever, that is work. But people just feel like because get up in a fancy vehicle and drive, go to no job and dress up in a uniform and all of these things. They want to look down at. So hold on there. And that make all the meat shop them lock. Make all the food place them lock. And see if the same people them were so fancy and high-tighty. If those same people go around from place to place, oh, all of the food place them lock. And what am I gonna do? What am I gonna eat? Oh. So now you're understanding the concept of interdependence. Yeah. We are connected. If them not cook, you not eat. It's simple as that. If them not cook, you not eat. Even if you can cook for yourself. If them not cook, you not eat. If them not catch, you not eat. You not go out there and kill the hog yourself or kill the chicken yourself or kill the poultry yourself. You're not going to do it. You're not going to bloody your hands. So when you want to get up and look down on people for their profession, it is ironic because, oh, you want to go everywhere and floss about the hairstyle where you just get. But you want to talk bad or talk down on the hairdresser. What do you hear? When without she, your hair is a mess. And you can't go to a road, so you have to literally cover up that with do-rag and bonnet and all kind of something. Because you don't want nobody to see the madness what underneath. So you might be thinking, how is this relevant to education? Everywhere is a school. Everywhere is a school. Yeah. You are learning about what you don't know. You know how to make pizza? No. That's why you're there in the Domino's line at Chana. You're in the Pizza Hut line standing up because you don't know how to make a pizza for yourself. That's why you're there at the Devon's. Because you don't know how to make the bread pudding yourself. You don't know how to make the ice cream yourself. You are paying for your ignorance. That's what you're paying for. You don't know how to fly a plane. That's why you do. You ever notice that you're not in charge when you're in the airport? You do what they tell you to do. You do what they tell you to. You stand up in this line. You walk this way. You go to that person. You give them your boarding pass. Yeah. So you're not the alpha in all situations. You're not the boss in all situations. You're not the leader in all situations. Yeah? So Just putting that out there. Right? Just, oh wait. I really thought that, what is wrong with this thing? Okay, good. Yeah. So that's why all of us still learn. All of us still learn that we don't know everything. The bed where you lie down upon, whenever you make it, can you make a bed? How long would it take you to make a bed that you can lie on reliably? How long would it take you? Realistically, how long? Anything that you use in your house, the table, how long would it take you to make a table? The shelf, you know, the kitchen counter, whatever furniture you have in your house, how long would it take you to make every piece of furniture that's in your house? How long? You're paying for your ignorance. That's what you're paying for. So it's all about how you look at it. I remember my students asking me, sir, why do I have to come to school? School is not necessary, da, 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 da. Stupid. You go to school to learn how to deal with discomfort. Yeah. Because guess what? You do something long enough, at some point, you're going to get frustrated. You have to be frustrated enough to change. You're tired of sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, you're tired of losing that certain game in chess. So you want to get better so that you stop losing. That is why you do the things that you do. Right? Even let's say you're playing a video game. Right? You play over and over and over. Why? Because you're tired of losing. You're tired of every time you get to this part, you can't pass it. Tired of losing. Tired. You're tired of failing. You're tired of not understanding this particular subject. So you end up studying. You end up reading. You end up working hard. And you can't understand why you're not getting the answers right. You have to be frustrated in order to change. That is what school is about. School is about, that's the first place of frustration that you ever encounter. You don't like writing, no problem. You will end up, and remember, there is a quote, and the quote says, discipline is learning to love what you hate. No, let me say it again. Discipline is doing what you hate to do like you love it. Let me say it again. Discipline is doing what you hate to do like you love it. And the person gave us that quote is Iron Mike Tyson. Just remember that. Doing what you hate to do like you love it. So, back to the whole thing about, I mean, I have been hearing a few things from international teachers. I've been hearing that they're tired of being disrespected by parents and all of these things. They're tired of the entitlement and all of these things. I get it. Completely understand. Because you imagine you're doing a job And they're gonna tell you, you need to make sure that my child is like them want you drop them picnic. Like they'll give you crazy requests, is all I'm saying. In other words, they behave as though their child is the only child that you have to take care of. That your priority must be the one child. Prioritize that child and nobody else. That's who you prioritize. But that's not possible. This is why, over the years, teachers have stepped out of the profession and created their own extra lessons classes. So that when parents come to them with foolishness, they can look at them and say, take your money and go. I don't need a student. I have enough. So take your money and go. And they mean every word of what them say. Because they're like, I did not leave my profession to come here and cater to just your child. I have enough students where if your child does not show up to my class, I don't lose $1. I don't lose $1 from that. Right? Yeah. We have to be mindful. Because, and I don't know if I've, I've had that experience. I've had that experience. I really have. Right? Where they feel like, why is my child in this class? Because I told you the time that my class was, and you chose, you're going to tell me when them must come to class. I told you that their time is at 5 to 7 or something to that effect. And you want to come in at 3 o'clock. Then you're going to be in the younger kids class. Or why are they learning that? Because I am teaching the younger kids, the grade 7 to 9. That's what I'm teaching right now. If you want them to come in on that, that is your problem. But that's the problem with people. Them feel like say them run your show. It takes so much discipline for you not to be rude to them. Only for discipline. Because they have so much audacity. And then maybe you might ask them. You mind teaching them yourself? Because that's an option. It's an option, you can always do that. You can always teach them yourself, You can always teach them yourself. Yeah. So hopefully you don't mind doing that. Yeah, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I am easily distracted at this point. There we go. I created a yellow plus. But after this, yeah, my cube is broken. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to teach teachers how to protect themselves. Like how you go to self-defense classes, martial arts classes. Yeah. Consider what I am teaching you as Bossman teaching or at even we still learn. Consider these as martial arts for teachers. This is how you protect yourself from your employers deciding not to pay you, right? This is how you protect yourself from, entitled parents and all of these things. You are creating your school with your boundaries, with your order of operations, so that, hold on, give me a second there. Okay. Yes, we're back. Sorry. My alarms keep going off. My alarms keep going off. It's fine. It is entirely fine. So yes, what's the word I'm looking for? Am I devoted? Am I dedicated? Yeah. So yeah. The question, the answer. Uh-huh. The question and the answer. Right? So the question is here, and the answer is here. Yeah. So let me tell you my supposed list of experience. I would say I taught CSEC maths for the better part of 4 out of the 6 years that I taught at, Donald Prairie High School. And then I have a couple months experience now of teaching PEP subjects. The exploratory core, as it is called. It's a lot. I mean, it's to the point where I feel like you might as well continue that journey into grade 7, 8, and 9. Might as well. Just continue. Because if you made it compulsory in grade 4, 5, and 6, might as well continue that trajectory into grade 7, 8, 9, and then make them do that in CSEC too. Why not? I've always wondered, and maybe my friend, my colleague, I'll talk to her about this. Major difference between integrated science and the other sciences, you know. I feel like it has a little bit of everything, except I don't know how much chemistry it has. I know it have a lot of physics and bio. Have a lot of physics and bio, but the chemistry, I don't see so much chemistry in integrated science. Not so much. Not that much, to be fair. I don't think so. A lot of the labs and the experiments that I see in integrated science, a lot of it is derived from bio and physics. A lot of it. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, the wheels in my head are turning. So, for example, if there's anything as a teacher you'd like me to do on your behalf, you can make that request over here. And if there's something you'd like to learn from me, we do that over here. So if there's something you want me to do for you and you know what I want to learn it, yeah. You pay me to do it for you, I suppose, right? So maybe that's what Bossman teaching will be. And then over here now, you want to learn from me until you can do it for yourself, then you can. That's no problem here. Follow the shadow. All right, follow the shadow. So I think we've arrived at our compartmentalization and our, our unlike terms. A X here and a Y here and a A here and a B here, Yeah. So, um, yeah. I mean, so let me just put a long story short. I am probably not going to do another video specifically for We Still Learn. At least if I'm going to do it, I'm probably not going to do it today. I'm probably not going to do it today. Or maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe just to get out of the way. But yes, so you know what? I think on the to-do list, yeah. Ow, it's getting old thing not nice. It's not nice, guys. Try not to get old. Please don't do it. Don't practice getting old. Please don't. It's not nice. It's do nice. It's do not nice. Right? There you go. So that mission accomplished. Right? So this is a community. Right? Yeah. Yeah. This is where I teach the teachers. This is where, yeah, I do services on behalf of the teacher. So if you have a lesson plan where you don't like write and you would like me to write them for you, then sure. You can, yeah, you can find me on the Wi-Fi, the WhatsApp, the you. All right. No, obviously you've seen me go at length about this time and time again on all the relevant pages, right? The FYI. So if you want to press the WhatsApp button, you go to Facebook, right? The WhatsApp channel, you go to YouTube. And the Google form for any requests of services and so on, you go to Instagram. Yeah. I made that video a while back and I'm still going to, adhere to that policy, right? So I want to make it clear. So if there's anything you'd like me to do on your behalf as a teacher, then this here is where you go and you get that done, all right? That little name right here. And then if there's anything you'd like me to teach you, we still learn. So it makes sense. So if you want to be taught by me on how to do something like this, make a presentation like this, do a live stream like this, have a recording done like this, then this is where you go. All right, I will show you how to do that with your laptop, with your tablet, all the different ways that you can get your things done. Also, you don't even have to show your face if you don't want to. You can use this without showing your face. This very same thing. There are times when you notice when I go ahead and add this is called faceless content. I mean, sure, people will see a picture, but they'll still hear your voice. That's faceless content. And then when you feel confident about yourself and you dress up and you feel, you don't look too bad today. Show yourself like this. And then in other situations where, let's say you're on a bus, you're on a or you're on a flight, you have your tablet, you go on your Zoom, you have your device gallery, you do your screen share, you start the meeting, and the rest is history. All right. So for services on behalf of the teacher, for those who want to learn from a fellow teacher on how to use your social media to be a different type of teacher, right? a content creator that's also a teacher, right? So, something for everybody, yeah? Yeah. So that's it, that's it, that's it. So again, thanks for helping me to stay consistent. As I always tell you, honor your commitments. Again, don't forget the line every time. That has to be die when you die, because